Hi YouTube, today I'm reviewing my golf round and a little bit of the golf course itself, Dragon's Fire. I played the course yesterday. I was only able to get 16 holes in. Very nice course, by the way, and a challenging one at that. If you're coming in from the Toronto area, what you have to do is you have to go, basically it's on 8th concession. So what you have to do is when 403, when you get into Burlington, you turn onto Branch Street. And from there, I think it becomes Cedar Springs Road, and you stay on. I'm just gonna go through here. You turn left to Britannia, and then and you're on that not very long, and then Millboro you go right. Millboro line you go right, and then you turn left on Concession. You're basically there. I come from Hamilton. Hamilton is a little bit more straightforward. You take the 403, and then you turn. You take the 403 towards Toronto, and then you turn left on Highway 6. And you keep following Highway 6 until you get to 8th Concession. And from there, you go by Center Road, and then it's basically on your right. It's a nice course, actually. There's woods all over the place. There is also a huge pond on hole number 9, and 18 is something in itself. I didn't get to it, unfortunately. My round itself... well, it was hit and miss, and for a while I was missing. I started off, it was funny, the first hole, it's uphill, and there's all sorts of bunkers. There's one on the right, so I took out my 3-wood, and I blasted it uphill, and it was short of a bunker. But then on my approach shot, unfortunately, I went into the bunker on the left, and I couldn't get out. I ended up with a 6. The next hole, I was happy with my drive. I used let's see, it says here I used a 7-iron, and I made it to the green, but then I 3-putted. There was a pattern set early on in this round where I'd hit a nice drive or 2 good shots, and then when I got around the green area, it was a struggle. Not all the time, but I'd say 2 out of every 3 holes it was like that. I didn't finally get my first par until, let's see, I didn't get it until hole number 5, which is where I hit a very nice drive. It's 428 yards. I hit my drive, but there's these trees on the right that sort of cut you off, and the fairway narrows, so I hit it down there, but I hit it just a little bit into the rough. But I managed, it was only 150 yards to the hole, so a nice drive. And then I got on and I managed to get a 4. And then I also parred, let's see, I think I parred, oh yeah, I parred 8. It's a bit of a fluke, because I didn't get it all with my drive. 8 is a 544 yards, just like hole number 16 is. And the hole before it, 7, is also 500 yards, and it's 499. These are all from the Blues, by the way. So very tough. 9's an interesting one in itself. 9, you have to hit, there's a huge pond. It's, I believe, it says 177, I think. No, 173. What I hit was my 8. I hit it down, but I hit it to the right, the left, unfortunately, and I had to pitch on. I 2-putted. There's a bunch of maple trees behind the green. The back 9 is tough too. It starts off with this 436-yard par 4. There's, I believe, 2 bunkers on the left side. I hit my drive right into one. I managed to get out and get on, but I bogeyed it. And then the next hole, it's downhill. It's only 404 yards. I hit a nice drive with, I believe, my 3-wood, and it was only 165 yards. But my approach shot, I ended up going, so from 165 yards in, I hit it into the bunker, and I had all sorts of trouble getting out, and I ended up with a nice easy 5. And then I screwed up the next hole too with a 6-iron, because at this point I probably should point out I sort of made a change in, let's put it this way, the projectiles. Yeah, when I got to hole 12 on the back 9, it's 172 downhill. I decided to use these. They're being sold at Golf Town now. I believe you can get 2 of them for about $48, $49. They're called the Soft Response. They're TaylorMades. Yeah, because I found a Tour Response ball the other day, because I was playing at Oaks of St. George. I shot an 84 there. I found a TaylorMade Tour Response, and I played the rest of the round with it, and I played it quite well. So I went up to Golf Town a few days later, and I guess I just remembered incorrectly, so I got the Soft Response. I believe on the stand there was the Tour Response next to it. However, having said all that, I actually these live up to their gimmick in that they're very soft, and I found they fly very well. I said to myself when I started using them on hole, as mentioned, hole 12. I said to myself, okay, now, nice new balls, don't lose it into the woods. Well, I hit my tee shot and hit it right into the woods. I had to take a drop and got on, and unfortunately it was a 5. I actually put him away for a hole. The next hole was a 600-yard, and I somehow managed to par this, but I believe the tees were moved forward, so it was probably more like 550 or something like that. Now, I went back to the tour response, and I hit a nice... I actually did hit at least one nice shot with it. It was on 14, which was 205 yards. It's a par 3. I used my 5-iron because it's downhill, and I hit it, and I ended up on the fringe just past the bunker on the right side. I pitched on, and then I think I made the easy putt. So yeah, that was actually quite encouraging. And I think from there I pretty much played. I think I've played pretty well the back of the 9, but as mentioned, I didn't get to finish it. The last hole, I hit a drive just to the left, and the sun was fading. I'll get some photographs that are quite good. Well, actually, the sun wasn't fading; it was completely down. It was about 8:30 at this time, and I hit my next shot, which was with an 8-iron. And I got it right at the 150 marker, but I goofed after that. Unfortunately, I hit it off the toe more or less of the next. I think I was trying to pitch on, and I hit it off the toe, and then I got on, and then I think I 3-putted. I know I ended up with a 7, and that was it.